Most traders scalp gold on the wrong time frame and the wrong method. So I'll show you a very simple strategy I use in scalping gold on the 1 minute time frame and 5 minute time frame using my trend line. It's very super easy, right? So if you're scalping gold in the wrong time frame, it should definitely make you keep losing money. So if you have ever wondered why your entries are late, your stop loss gets hit fast, or your trades feel random, this video will fix that for you. Let me show you the best time frame for gold scalping and the mistake you must avoid. So watch this video to the very end, because I will tell you the mistakes you keep repeating and the mistakes you need to avoid and how to avoid them, right? Welcome back to AFTechTrades, where we make trading simple, clear, and beginner friendly. If you love fast trading strategy, especially on gold, make sure you subscribe. Well, in gold, you need to understand gold's behavior before you start trading gold. You see a lot of people say they don't trade gold because they are scared of losing money. But that's not the fact. The major thing you need to do is to understand gold's behavior. Gold is fast. It moves differently from forex pairs. It reacts to news, liquidity sections, and external levels. So if you choose the wrong time frame and the wrong strategy, you always be late. Or you catch entries that looks good, but it's at the reverse. That's why selecting the correct time frame is one of your biggest weapons as a scalper. You know, scalping is the fastest way to enter the market and get out of the market within some minutes, or within some minutes, or some even can even enter within some seconds. You get and get out of the market. You don't stay long in the market if you are scalping. So scalping of gold is very easy if you follow the right channel. Right. So now the best time frame for entries is absolutely 1 minute if you are scalping on gold. The best time frame is 1 minute time frame. Why is that? Is it so? It gives the fastest confirmation. You see the market structure as it is. You can catch the early move before the breakout. And it's also perfect for London and New York session. This is where you get your precise entry. So now I'll show you how I use 5 minutes to know the trend before taking my trades on 1 minute time frame. Use 5 minutes for my trend confirmation is because the 1 minute chart seems too noisy, but the 5 minute gives you the clear market direction. You understand the short clear market direction. It gives you clean highs and lows. You get it's also the structure is stronger than the 1 minute, and it has less noise. So if 5 minutes is trending bullish, you look for buys on 1 minute. I hope you get. And if the 5 minute is trending bearish, you look for only sells on 1 minute. So now let me show you my screen and how I take my trades using just a simple trend line. Okay, now this is 5 minute time frame. So what I usually do is that I come to the 5 minute time frame and check the exact trend at that moment. You get, I don't go further. The only thing if I must go further, I go to 15 minute time frame just to confirm that yes, that trend, as you can see now, currently on the 5 minute time frame, the trend is downtrend. Remember, we only use what is happening. Remember, this is just scalping, so we use what is happening currently in the market. We don't have business with the overall time frame. We're just scalping. We just want to scalp and get out of the market. No stress. You get. So we don't have business with the overall time frame. If we check that the overall the 5 minute time frame is forming higher highs, you get. We look for buy. You get. So if it is forming lower lows, we look for sell only. So now currently we find out that this market is on downtrend. Just to confirm, we can go to the 15-minute time frame to check that yes, okay, you can see now on the 15-minute time frame, this gives us edge that yes, this market is still the overall market is still downtrend as at that moment. So this makes our entry, our idea more stronger. You see, it shows that this market is still in a downtrend. The overall market at this period is a downtrend. So what I do is that I go back to my 5-minute time frame and marked. Remember, the rule is using a trend line alone, right? So I marked the highs. If I notice that currently the market is in a downtrend, so I'll be marking the top of the trend line. I'll just my focus will be at the top of the trend line. My focus will be just the top of the trend line. And now, after marking this, you go back to remember, maybe the market might just be around this zone. For example, when you saw it, you assume here is not part of the market, right? So what will happen is that you go back to your lower time frame, your 1-minute time frame, to look for your entry. Once you get to your lower time frame, to look for your entry. You see, remember the rule of trend line. Remember the rule of trend line. What was the rule of trend line? The market must touch the trend line 3 times. On the third entry will always be your entry point. You let the market touch the first, touch the second, then you wait for the third one. You're not entering all these ones. You wait for the third touch, which is here, right? You keep extending your trend line. Remember, even if you see a breakout, then this strategy has failed. You see a breakout and the candlestick close and continue going on. The strategy have failed. The only strategy we use here is the trend line strategy and on the third touch of the trend line strategy. You see? So now we see that this market came to our trend line the third time. Now we'll get ready to enter and we see a rejection candle. Remember, now we are on the 1-minute time frame. We see a rejection pullback candle, right? We enter. Remember, we already confirmed that the trend is a downtrend. That's why we'll be looking for only a short position. Right after the close of this candle, we enter, and your stop loss would be some pips above the trend line. Let's say like 20 pips, 10 to 20 pips above the trend line. Just give it a little bit breathing space. And your TP, you look at the previous market reaction, would be your TPs. Forget your TP1 can be around this side. You go back. If you want to extend your TP, you go back and check the previous market reaction would be your TPs. I hope you get, and you can see how this market plays out. You can see how neatly this market plays out. Remember, I always advise once you're in good profit, you can set your entry to break even. You set your entry to break even and let the market run its thing. I hope you can see how this market plays out with good profit. Now, let's look for another entry. Let's look for another entry on the 5 minutes. Now, we'll go back to 5 minutes. You can see how that trades work out. You can see it. Let's look for a proper trend. You only use this on the proper trend, please. You only use this on a proper trend. You don't just use. Now we can see that we have a trend here on the 5 minutes. You can see we have a trend here on the 5 minutes, right? If I mark this zone and I go to my 1 minute time frame, you see what happened. This was the trade we took. Then let's see how that one plays out. So you see, remember our rule is that we are not taking this trade on the first trend touch or second trend touch. You have to wait for a third trend touch, which is this one. You see, this is your third trend touch. Now you take your short position. You take your short position and your stop loss will be some pips above your trend line. And your TP would be the next market reaction. You can see here the previous market reaction. Here is the previous market reaction. It's very visible here. So that will be your TP. Your TP1 can be around here, which is the previous market reaction, which is this. Then you can extend your TP until you get to the final TP you want, right? So now let's check this market and see how it plays out. You can see this market plays out very, very well. This strategy is very simple, very, very simple and very effective. Gold, you don't need too many strategies in trading gold. Stop stressing yourself. Just get one simple working strategy and stick to it. You get, if the market didn't meet your demand, then you leave it. The market didn't meet your strategy, you must not trade. If you are focusing on this particular strategy, you focus on only this particular strategy. But putting too many strategies will just confuse you. Just pick one that works perfectly for that particular key. As we're talking about gold right now, this strategy works perfectly on gold scalping. So if you're a scalper, this is one of the best strategy you can use in scalping gold. I hope you get. So you apply same on the buy side. If you check the market and you see that the market is in an uptrend on the 5 or 15 minute time frame, then you should be looking for only buy. At the touch of the third market reaction on your trend line, the third touch, please, you have to follow this rule. The third touch should be where you'll be taking your entries. You mark the trend line, you keep extending the trend line. Once you have the third touch on your trend line, then you should start looking for your entries using your candlestick reactions. You don't just jump into when you see the third touch. No, you have to wait for the candlestick to close and observe the candlestick reaction around that zone. Are there rejection candlesticks there? Pullback candlestick you get, or engulfing candlestick? All these are things you need to check. Then you take in your short or your long position. Now I'm talking about the 6 mistakes you need to avoid while trading this particular strategy on gold. Is that you shouldn't use only one time frame, please. Remember, we use about 3 time frames here. We use the 1 minute, we use the 15 minute, we use the 5 minute time frame. So trading against the 5 minute trend, once you check the 5 minute trend and it is buy, don't go to 1 minute and start looking for sell. That is another mistake. What the 5 minute time frame says is what you do. If the 5 minute time frame says sell, then you should be selling on the 1 minute time frame only. Do not buy there. I hope you get. Then another mistake is entering without checking the 15 minute levels. You have to check the 15 minute time frame also to reconfirm that yes, this 5 minute time frames correlates with the 15 minute time frame. Then also another mistake traders do is using just 1 minute time frame for support and resistance. No, you can't use the 1 minute for your support and resistance. Remember, we marked our support and resistance on the 5 minute time frame. We marked it there. Then we took our entries from there. 1 minute time frame. Another mistake traders gets while scalping is taking trades during slow session. When the market is very slow or we have a ranging markets, then you should just avoid taking trades because you get trapped. That's where they mostly get you trapped and manipulate the market. So once you see that the market is ranging, just avoid it. You only take this kind of trades on the trending markets. If you didn't see a trend on the 5 minute time frame, do not take the trade. Be patient. Wait until you see that this meets your criteria before you take any trade. So you see, multi-time frame approach will make your entries cleaner, faster, and more accurate. If you got value from this video, hit the like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss the next powerful strategy on AFTechTrade. Trade smart and see you in the next video. Bye.